Okay, hello everybody and welcome back to Scrolls, where today I am doing a deck tech. I haven't done one of these in ages. Rebellion was released today. I have got all the scrolls. I have spent 3 hours crafting them, which is why so many are shiny. And yeah, I thought I would kick this update off with a deck tech. Now, I'd been messing around with this list on the test server for a while, and it has changed so often. In fact, I just changed it just before I did this. I'm doing this video, so there's still some holes in it, probably, but I just wanted to do it because it's so exciting and cool, because it's an aggro deck and it can win in 2 turns. No, it can't. But it can win very quickly if everything goes right. So yes, let's get on with it. Right, so we start off with the 1 and 2 drops. So these are the cards, or creatures, rather, or scrolls, that you're going to be wanting to look to play as soon as possible, even Ragged Wolf. So we start off with the Ragged Wolf. It costs 1, is a 1/2/2 with haste. That's it. Yeah, haste is a big thing in this game. It's what makes growth so powerful. 2 creatures in growth. With haste are Ragged Wolf and Kinfoot Veteran, both in this deck, and with so many buffs going on, this can really just give you an advantage just to trade creatures suddenly, and it's really tough for your opponents to play around. Vate of the Wild costs 1. It's a 1/2/1. When Vate of the Wild comes into play, increase growth by 1, and when Vate of the Wild leaves play, decrease growth by 1. So, in this deck, we are going to be wanting to sack the scrolls as much as possible. If we can get away with it, pretty much sacking scrolls turn 4, or turn 5 rather, and looking just to use the ramp that we got from Vatas here to gain us the resources we need. Because if we're sacking for resources, it gives us less options, and we just want to spam the field with as much stuff as possible, which means we need to keep drawing cards to do that strategy. So Vata Wild allows us to do that. We go turn 1 Vata, we can then go turn 3 3-drop. So it's very strong in this deck. Kinfoot Brave costs 2, so 2/1/2. 1 countdown is very important. Most aggressive scroll in the game, probably, maybe, possibly, I don't know. But it is very, very strong. Look at its stats. 94 game matches, played it 39 times, and this has killed 26 things and done lots of damage. There you go, it's done damage. And you do lots of damage in this deck. Yeah, 2 other 2 drops. Kinfoot Ranger. It's a 2/2/3 for 2. Not exactly exciting, but if we look at the other 2 cost 2 drops, is this a thing? Cost 2? Type creature? There you go. The other options are Rebel, Sister Fox, and Gravelock. Gravelock has Relentless, but it's just a bit for 1 attack is a bit too weak for me. Just to be a solid thing you want to play in turn 2. It would be good best late game probably, because all the buffs we have in the deck. But late game is pretty much like turn 6. And I just prefer Ranger. Sister of a Fox is okay, but it's too weak. Drawing a scroll, you don't care. Vengeful Vader pretty much does that, and Rebel is too slow with a 3 countdown, in my opinion. So that's out as well. And Ranger seems to do a job. But with this deck you can swap out lots of things, so if you prefer, say, Rebel over Ranger, you can do that. Lastly, Vengeful Vader, new scroll, cost 2, it's a 2/2/2. It's got a pillage effect, where pillage is triggered when this unit deals combat damage to an idol, something you're going to be looking to do quite a lot. Increased growth by 1, Vengeful Vators dealt 1 damage. Being dealt damage is annoying, but it ramps, and that allows you to keep on going with your strategy, which is important. So yeah, they're the 1 and 2 drops, and now we move on to the 3, 4, and 5 drops. Right, so let's start off with Breaker. He costs 3, is a 3/2/3. When Breaker deals damage, its attack is increased by 1. So this can get very big very quickly, if not dealt with. Yes, that's right. Yeah, it is, ish. So yeah, 5/6 attack, very easy for this thing to get that far. It does die to a lot of removal, but you don't have a choice really, because it's just really amazing when it pays off. Frostbeard may seem weird, but it's got a beard. Cost 3 is a 6/3/2. Used to be a 6/3/1, but 6/3/2 now, so it doesn't die as easily. It still dies pretty reasonably a lot, but in this deck it's good. When Frostbeard is killed in battle, friendly units gain +2 attack until end of turn. So, your opponent will not be looking to kill this with a... Has he got a hat on? Never noticed that before. Or have they just stuck that in after the Christmas updates? I don't know, I'm getting distracted. I just hit my microphone with my chin. So yeah, when Frostbeard is killed in battle, friendly units gain +2 attack until end of your turn. We have 3 creatures in this deck with 1 countdown to take advantage of this fact. Of all these buffs that are going on, next turn we want creatures with countdown 1 like Wildling. That's why Frostbeard is good. And also we're playing so many threats that your opponent might leave this. It does die to spell removal like Burn and Spark. But you just got to take that on my chin. It's another 3-drop which the deck needed. Striped Fangbearer costs 4 as a 1/2/4. As long as the opponent controls any human, Striped Fangbearer is relentless and its attack is increased by 4. So the majority of the time this is going to be a 4/4 with relentless. When it's not, it's a 1/4 for 4, which is pretty bad, but relentless aspect of it makes it pretty powerful. Pretty solid score. It used to be a 4/5, and that was bloody amazing. Wildling costs 4 as a 0/1/4. I'm thinking, why are you playing this? I don't know. When a creature is summoned adjacent to Wildling, Wildling is dealt 1 damage and its attack is increased by 1. So as I mentioned, and I shall mention later on, 1 countdown is important. So say Frostbeard dies, you're always going to be guaranteed this will be attacking with a buff. That as well with Brave and Wetland Ranger, which is also in the deck. So that's important. Wetland Ranger's effect also is good at working with this. It's just useful to keep on putting pressure on the opponent with all the buffs we've got, like Ancestral Totem. So many! But yeah, it can buff itself. We do have Stagheart in this deck also, so we can just about keep it alive. It can get a bit weak, obviously, when you're putting creatures next to it. But it's worth it because it's cool. And then lastly we have Kinfolk Veteran, cost 5 is a 3/2/3, not a 3/2/4 anymore, or a 3/2/5 as it used to be. 3/2/3 with haste, so yeah, still pretty darn strong. I don't need to say too much, but you know. Oh my goodness, it's a Kinfolk Veteran. So yeah, they're the 3, 4 and 5 drops that I haven't put into any of the other categories. But now we're going to look at the other categories because they're exciting and really delve into the idea behind this deck. So first of all we'll look at the enchantments. Right, well I said enchantments, it's actually enchantment. I only run 1. I'm at Stagheart. Cost 2. Enchanted unit gets +1 attack and +1 health for each Stagheart on the same side. So if you have 1 Stagheart, it's giving +1/+1. If you have 2, each one's giving +2/+2, and if you have 3, each one's giving +3/+3. I haven't done that in this deck yet, but there's always time. So yeah, we can play this on lots of units, just keep on putting pressure on opponents. That's always nice. And the reason I'm only running 1 enchantment, and probably the best one, there's no one which is an option, which I'll get to in a minute. Earthborn Mystic, it's a new card, costs 3, is a 2/2/4. When enchanted creatures you control... Oh, hang on. Enchanted creatures you control have +1 attack. So it's good against decay, their languids, their brain lyses, annoying things like that. They will buff your creatures still, so that allows you to keep on putting pressure on. You don't care. Stagheart will start doing 2 attack instead of 1. That's fantastic. When Earthborn Mystic's countdown is 0, you may reset its countdown to draw an enchantment scroll. If you do, Earthborn Mystic takes 1 damage. Usually you don't want to be doing that, but there are some occasions where maybe you don't want to sack anything in your hand, so you can use this effect and sack the Stagheart instead, which is always useful. I mean, just keep on piling on Staghearts if you need to. Allows you to give that as an option. So card advantage and allows you to find stuff. Always nice. The other enchantment I was thinking about or have tried, this is not unbound, it's on ground. Is on ground. It costs 2. Anytime an idol takes damage, enchanted unit takes damage equal to half that amount rounded down. Now I was running this in place of Stagheart, but when I decided to add in Wildling so I can take advantage of all the buffs going on every other turn, or every turn rather, I decided Stagheart would be better. For reasons, but no, oh yeah, because Wildling I want to save with the health, and just as so many 1-drop Staghearts becomes more powerful. But on ground still gives you an option because you're going to be wanting to target idols more often than not, and by running this you can get away with just attacking idols and still taking out creatures, so that's always nice, and finding with Earthborn Mystic each turn, or every other turn, is very strong. So that's the enchantment side, and now we'll look at all those buffs I've been talking about. Ta-da! Right, so we have Crimson Ball, which now costs 3 from 2. All units you control gain +2 attack until end of turn. So, as I said, we have 3 units with a countdown of 1. So whenever we play this, a lot of our creatures are going to be taking advantage of this buff. So that's always nice. And just global +2 attack is so powerful. Ancestral Totem costs 4. As long as Ancestral Totem is in play, creatures you control gain +1 attack. So that's pretty powerful. Turns 1 attack creatures into 2 attack, and so on and so on. Then Wetland Ranger, which is essentially another Ancestral Totem, which attacks, which is awesome. It costs 4. Is a 1/1/4. Pillage. All your units get +1 attack during your and your opponent's next turns. It should be you and your opponent's next turns, probably. I don't know. I'm not too good at English. Yeah, he's got a beard as well. But 1/1/4, he does buff himself, so it's essentially a 2/1/4. If you have 2 of these out, you'll be having a 3/1/4. If you have an Ancestral Totem out, it's a 4/1/4. You get the idea. This can go off very easily, and if your opponent's unable to do anything about it, you're in luck, because it's just insane. So that's all the buffs. And we'll give one final look at all the tricks we've got on this deck. Right, tricks in the deck. We have Rumble, which costs 3. We have 2 of them. Type Displacement, which is new. Opponent's units move 1 step to a random adjacent empty tile. So this allows you to basically get to the idols, which is what you're after. All your opponent's units move in a random direction, so it's a bit of RNG, but hopefully it'll allow you just to get through to what you want to target. And then finally we've got Rallying, which costs 5. All units you control have their countdown decreased by 2. So yeah, all your creatures attack. Tops off the curve nicely with Veteran, and she's got scars on her face. So there you go. Yeah, so that's the deck. Let's take a look, and you'll see all my GT things here. Monograph Aggro, yay! So go with it once more. We've got 3 Ragged Wolves, 3 Vatorful Wells, 3 Kinfolk Braves, 3 Kinfolk Rangers, 3 Staghearts, 3 Vengeful Vators, 3 Breakers, 3 Crimson Bulls, 3 Earthborn Mystics, 3 Frostbeards, 2 Rumbles, 3 Ancestral Totems, 3 Striped Fanbearers, 3 Wetland Rangers, 3 Wildlings, 3 Kinfolk Veterans, and 3 Rallyings. That's yeah. In the age-old tradition, I shall now play a game with it. I think we'll go into testing grounds, so I can show you the mulligan feature as well. And also ranked is a bit annoying right now. It's a bit risky because there's a bug currently where you just get disconnected if you play a tier 3 scroll sometimes. So I'm not gonna risk it, especially since I've been having a horrid time getting unlucky and playing bad. The usual sort of thing, an excuse. So yep, let's play a game. Okay then, we are playing against Harmony. So if you haven't seen the mulligan feature yet, you get this option to draw a new starting hand, and it will just draw your entire new hand as long as you haven't acted before. So if I were to sack now, I won't be able to draw a new hand, obviously. I'm not going to draw one because I have a nice 2-drop here and a nice 2-drop there, so I don't think there's any need. So I'm going to start by going with Stagheart, and I shall wish my opponent good luck, otherwise it's a bit rude. Hopefully this will go my way. Another good thing about this deck is it's relatively cheap. There's only 9 rares, and they've all been out for a relatively long time. Breaker may be a bit hard sometimes, maybe a bit more expensive, but Ancestral Totem and Brave, they ought to be rather cheap right now, so relatively easy to build. We'll get rid of Wildling because Ancestral Totem is just amazing, and we'll go turn 2 Brave. Time to start piling on the pressure. Now if we're playing against late game growth, Quake can be a problem. I didn't say this deck is good, but it's the concept really, and it's just the game hasn't really had a full-on aggro deck apart from Temporal Order, but that's difficult now with Wings Captain not doing its thing anymore. And there's never been really one in any other faction, so it's nice to have a go. We'll get rid of Rumble. We'll put out Ranger. Just to get behind the Brave because it's going to die anyway, so just protect the Ranger. We'll go Fangbearer next turn, I think. Because there's no benefit to playing Totem next turn because nothing's attacking, and getting a Fangbearer out means his countdown will go down. So do I want Wetland Ranger or Ancestral Totem? I think I'd rather have a Ranger, so I shall go with that. Just because it attacks also. Right, so we've got to 4 resources, so we're going to be wanting to sack the scrolls really. I even sometimes just go Veterans to attack an idol just to get a body on the board. That's what you want to do, you just want to keep them piling on the pressure. That's always fun. Right, so he's currently a 1/2/4, which isn't brilliant, but growth has lots of humans, so if he wants to play anything, he's going to risk this becoming bigger. Major Wolf, okay. Not worried about the Major Wolf. Normally, if this was a normal game, I would be looking to go and start attacking this, but there's no need because I'm just here. Right, we'll stick Wetland Ranger in front. I could go Brave Stagheart, but I think just going Wetland Ranger is better. That way I have just the buff going off into things. If he wants to play Veteran also, I'm able to protect my Fangbearer. I don't really want Fangbearer on the front row. Well, maybe I do. I don't know. Leave me alone. Wetland Ranger and Kinvet Ranger do look quite similar. I think it's fair to say they're from the same sort of body. Right, so he's now buffed, so we're going to get in for 5 here. It'd be nice to take out this idol this turn, so we'll see if I can do that. I think I might just get rid of Ragged Wolf here. Yeah, so do I try to, or is it more beneficial to play Wetland Ranger? I think it will be more beneficial to go Stagheart maybe? No, not Stagheart. Brave, but Brave Stagheart. I think Brave Stagheart's pretty decent here. So I'll put the Stagheart on this because if I take out a human, at least it'll have more attack. I don't really want to move anything out of the way though, so going Brave is a bit dodgy. But I think I have to move that out of the way just there to put a Brave down, because Brave in the long run is going to be more powerful. So we take out an idol and everything's getting buffed by 1 attack. There we are. So that's going to do 3 damage next turn, that's going to do 3, and this is going to do 2. So we see a Veteran coming in here, that's going to be annoying. But I have a rallying, so we can still get in. Ranger's Bane, okay. Sister of the Box. Now if I attack the sister here with a Wetland Ranger, we're not going to get the buff, which is annoying. Get rid of Frostbeard. Ancestral Totem though, so I think we'll go Ranger this turn and then Totem next turn. That seems pretty decent. And we'll just try and concentrate on all these idols up here now. Yes, there are a few. We lose a Brave next turn, which is annoying. But little I can do about that. In fact, nothing. Brave and... anything else, my friend? Oh, hello. 4-drop. Basically just trying to do as much damage as I can before he gets Quake out. The fact that Wetland Ranger has 4 health as well, where it previously had 3, means I'm not as scared about things like Veteran. That's in the way. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to allow the Fangbearer to come in and kill this. We'll get rid of Breaker and save. Rallying is important for ending the game for us. So we're going to send the Wetland Rangers at this idol here, so everything gets buffed next turn. Now I've got to decide whether I want Ancestral Totem. Do I want it on this lane or this one? I think because I got the bear here, I'm going to want Ancestral Totem behind it, so we'll go with this. Does that actually make sense? Actually, I think, no, we'll go with Totem here. That way I can move this back. Move the Ranger down. These two can attack the idol. Not so sure if that was the right place to put the Totem though, because the bear can now no longer hit the top idol, which is a bit annoying. But Wetland Ranger buffs, so I've now got an 8/2/5 bear, a 5/1/3 ranger, and 2 4/1/4 Wetland Rangers. So that's pretty good. Also got a Veteran in my hand, a Ragged Wolf, a Brave, a Rallying. So it's all looking pretty groovy. Apart from the fact that my Ancestral Totem was a bit dodgily placed on hindsight. So if I was trying to rally now, I couldn't get the bear on the top row. So I would have liked to have been able to move that. So there's probably a better way for me to have orchestrated that. Oh no, he's just giving up. So GG. Very, very quick deck. all seemed to go well. So yeah, we shall end the game there. Round 9. Pretty average sort of round to win. Faster than most decks. All thanks to the new cards, which are groovy. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy playing the deck. And give me feedback on it as well, because it's a new sort of thing. It's been tried in the past, but new cards and all makes it groovy. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.